Today I'm going to be teaching you how to do the Euro step. This move is actually not too difficult. You just have to get the concept for it. And to begin, I'm going to show you what it looks like. So the first thing you're going to need to have is a little misdirection going in the opposite way. Now, if you're an advanced player, you can have a lot of misdirection, but if you're not that much advanced, all you need is a little bit of misdirection. So I'm going to show you how that looks like. So you can do a small kind of jab. Think of it that way. It's like a small step or a small jab. So it's going to be something like taking you're going in this direction, then you're going to take another step going the opposite. So a small little misdirection. You see that? Now if you're a lot more advanced, you can do a longer stride, right? And then you can hop the other way. So, but I'm going to keep it simple because I want you guys to understand this move. The next thing that we're going to learn is when you change direction and you go this way, the right leg is still as important as the other leg. So off that little step, a lot of people, what they do is they keep this leg behind them. And that tends to be a liability because if you think about it, you're going to have less balance when you're jumping into the air like this. Okay? So when you do the step, you're jumping like this, somebody can easily bump you and you're more exposed to get the shot blocked because that leg is behind you. But if you learn to carry this leg over like this, then you have more protection. You can see that, right? You can use it to keep that defender away from you and make that Euro step a lot more easier, a lot more protected. So I'll show you what that looks like. You see that? You have that leg right there protecting you. Now the next thing I want to mention is a lot of people have this problem where they run into the defender in front of them. And it's going to be for two reasons. One thing is going to be that you're moving too far out this way and you don't have enough agility or athleticism to come back the other way and go around the defender. So if you're doing that, that means that maybe you're jumping too far out, that defender's not moving with you, okay? So that's going to be one. So try to keep that movement a little more tighter, a little bit more closer. The other thing that's going to happen is players keep this leg too far out. So defender's right here, you go like this and you cross over. You see how my frame is too wide? So that's going to run into the defender. So the way you can correct this is by moving this leg inward. Again, I'm going to show you what that looks like. You go like this, and then this leg slides inside your frame. You see that? That avoids the contact. You're like this, and then you're sliding inward. And that's actually a big factor why I see a lot of players are actually not too successful. Because that leg, if you have the mentality that you're going to slide it inward, it's also almost naturally going to help you block that defender like we talked about. But if you don't have that mentality, you might drag it and keep it too far back. And sometimes that works. I've seen players do that. They go and they're able to get past that defender with that leg behind them. But again, we're trying to be more efficient, try to minimize the error that we have in our play so we get higher percentage, more efficient plays. So try to learn to keep that leg inward, okay? And it's also going to help you with the separation because if you're using the momentum of this leg inside, then your body's going to move outward, okay? But if you keep this leg out, you're going to have more momentum going forward. So that's also, try to have that in mind when you're doing this move. So I'm going to speed it up so you see what it looks like. Come in this direction, and that leg goes inward. Try to get more movement going this way. You see that? And again, it just takes a little bit of misdirection. You can do it by tossing over and then switching back. If you're good with between the legs, you can switch that way, right? Or the easiest way to do it with the in and out. In and out, and then you go like that. Okay, so all you need is a little bit, and again, try to think of it as a jab. You see that? Okay. So the next thing we're going to talk about is, we talked about the footwork for the lower portion of the body. Now we're going to talk about the upper body. So It's just as important where you move the ball at, where your arms are at, because if you have a defender playing you low, right? You're coming down on downhill, or maybe you're being more deceptive, kind of playing with the ball, right? If you see that defender with that low stance, trying to guard the ball, then you can do that Euro step and carry it above them, okay? As long as you have enough speed. You see that? Now that defender is not really moving, this is where I see players get into some trouble again. Trying to give you all the mistakes and corrections. If that defender's playing up high, he's standing nice and tall, right? You're coming down, he's playing nice and tall. There's no point of going like this. I see lots of players do that, especially when that defender's taller than you. Think about it. You're kind of just giving them the ball right there. Okay, so try to do the Euro step, just a little swing through, right? That's gonna help out a whole lot. Or try to do it low. Sometimes people can do it low, as long as you make sure you don't hit the ball with your knee, right? See that? Okay, so it's just as important where the ball is located. So try to read your defender. This is not going to be automatic. It's going to take some experience, but the more you do, you're going to start noticing those things. When you're coming down real fast, you're just going to have those quick reads, right? He's low, so you jump over him, right? He's standing tall. Try to get those centers with the underneath, and you glide right past them. So. So that's gonna wrap it up for this move, the Euro step. Hopefully you're able to pick up useful tips that are going to help you out a whole lot. I know it's the small little details that make the biggest improvements. All the good players, all the professional players, they have all the little things down in their game. That's why they're killers on the basketball court. So thanks again for stopping by. Make sure you sub if you haven't. I try to give you guys a lot of info, a lot of knowledge, so you guys can just get a lot better. And hopefully, one of these days, one of you guys makes it. I mean, I would love to see that. So, again, thank you for stopping by. Much love, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.